The 27 kidnapped students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, Afaka, Kaduna State, who were reunited with their families after 56 days in captivity, have shared ugly experiences in the hands of the bandits. The freed students lamented on Friday that some of the bandits are foreigners, adding that they all vowed to make Kaduna State unsafe until the government was ready to settle with them. Tears of joy flowed freely from both parents and their children. At about 3 p.m., the entire premises of the college, located along the Kaduna International Airport opposite the Nigeria Defense Academy, erupted in jubilation as heavily armed policemen were escorting the students in company with the State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, and the State Commissioner of Police, Umar Muri. Narrating their ordeal in the kidnappers' den, one of the freed students, Pamela Ibrahim, said the bandits said their group was with the government and vowed to unleash hell on Kaduna State. Ibrahim said, before they released us, the kidnappers told us that they didn't have anything against us students. They said they kidnapped us because they needed the government to settle things with them and wanted to be educated like other Nigerians. They need work and houses too. They said if the government doesn't settle with them, they will continue to make sure that Kaduna State is unsafe. They said they meant it. Some of them are Nigerians, others are foreigners. They spoke mainly Fulani language and Hausa. There was an old man among them who prevented others from harassing us, and anytime he was not around, we were beaten and insulted. Another student, Zakaria Magaji, described the kidnappers then as hell, saying he would never wish the experience for his enemies. The bandits need prayers. All that we have to do is to pray for them, for God to touch their hearts. As for me, I have forgiven them for whatever we went through in their hands. The experience was hell. Another female student, Sarah Sunday, said she and her colleagues were subjected to all sorts of dehumanizing conditions, including not being allowed to take a bath while in the bandit den. Sunday said a lot of things happened while we were there. We were subjected to hunger, we were subjected to trekking and all sorts of dehumanizing experiences. We were insulted, but thankfully they did not molest or kill any of us. They only beat us on the first day when they did a video of us. Asked if they were fed at all, Sunday said the boys used to go and fetch water for us to cook. We cooked tuwo with a miyan kuka and tuwo with dry okra. We only cooked rice once, and we cooked spaghetti once too. When asked whether the abductors used to leave them to go out for other operations, Sarah said yes, they used to go out, but they always left some of their armed members to stay with us. Even our male colleagues who used to go and fetch water were always escorted to the stream by gang members bearing AK-47 rifles. Well, of course, we know that majority of them are not Nigerians. Majority of them are not Nigerians because of this. Even before Buhari even gave them the opportunity to be entering the country anyhow, you know, we have a porous borders, and again, later he licensed them, gave them opportunity to be coming in, so nobody's going to be harassing them. That's why he made visa on arrival. I don't understand. Who are the people who are coming to Nigeria to do what? Well, that being said, and their reason for saying that the Kaduna State, until whatever, what has the government done to them in the recent? Their schools, the student that they kidnapped, it is not the government that is paying their school fees. It is not a whatever. And that is what we are talking about. It is about, if we look at it at the other hand, also, the so-called people who, especially El-Rufai, who is always making math, because I'm just looking at it from another angle, because if you look at it deeply, you will see that, of course, some people will tell you that, yes, El-Rufai has been trying in the area of education, in the area of making things work out for people, and that is the reason they always, all this Fulani Esme, I think most of them are Fulani Esme. The federal government wanted a Ruga program in all the 36 states of the country, whereby we have schools all over the place, but they want a special one. Who does that? Who does that? Who asks you not to go to school? The people who went to school, you want to have good jobs, you want to have this and that, and yet you can't go any of these schools. The people who are going to school, is it their parents or is it the government that is paying their school fees? Even the students are even paying school fees. It's not as if they have enough, but the upbringing from the north, the upbringing there, why majority of them try to go to school, but mainly you see all of them all over the country, littered all over the place. Their children, they talk about Amajiri. If you talk about Amajiri, was that how it was started? Even if it was started that way, why can't they refine it? They will, and this is the issue of you have to have many children as you can. You have children that you cannot take care of. And even if you want to do S-men work, there are ways to do it. And that is the problem they're having with other people in other regions. You want to be moving around lawless people. You don't even want to do it in a way that is going to help all of you. Their leaders in one way has caused a lot of problem. And that is the generational upbringing, which is affecting all of them. They will be making maths. I don't understand. The same Erufai, all your children. I mean, all your children. When you talk, I'm not talking about your biological children, but I'm talking about the children in the state, the regular people. They are your children because those are the people you are presiding over. See all of them littered all over the place. Why we hear that governors they meet, these northern governors they meet? What do you people meet on? You see the way children are all over the place. They don't go to schools. How many millions of children are out of school? The other day, the vice president has always been singing. They don't even talk about that nonsense again. They are feeding children. What kind of nonsense feeding? If you know the amount of money that they are spending on those feeding, it is mind-boggling. At the end of the day, what are they learning? They are learning nothing. The governors in the north cannot come together to say they want to declare emergency, a state of emergency on education. No child should be seen parading the streets. But if one governor is doing it, another person will be doing another thing. But when it comes to the welfare of the people, or maybe what is happening in the south, they all come together and be meeting. That does not exclude the southern governors as well, because they have their own faults as well. But when you talk about all the problems we're having in this country, anything you can, all the vices you can think of, which I've always been saying, and a lot of people can testify to that, they are all embedded in that north. What are you going to talk about? Is it illiteracy? You talk about crime? You talk about all manner of things. At the end of the day, they are so religiously, they are so religiously fanatical. Let me put it that way. And yet, they don't talk about how the welfare of the people. If you are talking about religion, there should be moral code. When you see people who are suffering, we are not supposed to allow that to happen. Erufai be making math. Some people they cannot get a presidency, they cannot do whatever, this and this. Of what use is your nonsense presidency? That a lot of this nonsense happening over there, and yet those who do not even believe in presidency, who you think you are mocking, they are far better, 100 times, 1000% better than you people. So of what use? You have the presidency, you know how to negotiate, but yet you cannot negotiate and on how the children can be well educated and equipped. And that's why you're having a problem. A child that you do not train, we give you problem at the end of the day, and that is what we are seeing. That is the result of these things. And the worst part of it is that people who do not even know anything about all this, your whatever that the policy they have brought about, that you are brought up, are suffering it. You can imagine these ones. It's not as if maybe they are students, their parents are rich, they are still struggling, they want to see make ends meet. The excuse that these people are giving in the first place, that they want to go to school. Who deprive you not to go to school? Who ask you people not to go to school? What does that tell you? So guys, let's hear your opinion and let's have your take on this.